Hello everyone, my name is Harry the Old. So today, I'm gonna tell you guys that one thing that's actually stopping you from being productive coming up. Welcome everybody. So today I'm going to tell you guys that one thing that I've been hiding from you, and it is distractions. I know it's pretty common, but I think it's really important. So basically the first step is to eliminate the distractions. Finding out exactly where your time is wasted and taken most of the time, that's actually ending you up not being productive. Okay, let me explain. So the first step is basically to sit down and think what kind of distractions wasted most of your time today, and be specific. For example, it could be Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or Snapchat, or any kind of social media sites, or any phone calls you receive, or text messages or emails, or it could be a coworker who just talks too much, doesn't let you focus on your task, or even there's a possibility that you actually too focused on the less important activities, less important tasks. So maybe you're just leaving the most important tasks for later. That could be a problem as well. Okay, once you have created the list, and once you got all the list of distractions that are actually distracting you, now step number 2 is basically to knock them out. Finding a solution around them. So the solution for Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, all these social media sites, or phone calls or text messages, you can basically turn off the notifications, or you can turn your phone to silent mode. Or if that doesn't help, you can definitely turn off your phone, or you can turn your phone to airplane mode. That way you won't be distracted, and your focus won't go onto your phone. Or you can basically, the best way is, if you still can't stop yourself, then it's definitely a problem with your brain. Then the solution is to basically throw your freaking phone in the river. Yeah, that is the best way. And don't you dare get a new phone after that. No. Because it's not worth it. You're just wasting your time. You're not using it the right way. Okay, let's move on. So onto a coworker who just keeps distracting, doesn't let you focus on your task, doesn't let you complete your task. So the solution for a coworker who just keeps distracting you is basically, next time you go on job, tell that person to shut the hell up. Yeah, that is the best way, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I was just joking, guys, don't take me serious. Okay, the real way to deal with a coworker who just keeps distracting you is to basically tell that person politely that you're actually focusing, or you're completing a important task, and I will get back to you as soon as possible after completing the task. Yeah, I think you should understand. If that person still doesn't understand, man, you just gotta knock that guy out. Hey, don't you dare take me wrong. I'm not saying you should never talk to your colleagues. You should never talk to your co-workers. I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to say is, when you're trying to work an important task, make sure you have full focus on that task. You don't want to lose focus while you're doing that task. And I understand that it's important for you to actually build up relationship with your colleagues, and that's fine. But you can build up your relationships in breaks. And I personally prefer, when you're trying to work on a task, make sure you have full focus on it and get it completed, then you can have a talk to your colleagues and build up that relationship. Okay. And make sure you focus on the most important tasks first, and leave the unimportant tasks for later. That's how simple it is. So when you make the to-do list, make sure you list the most important tasks that you gotta do on front. Then leave the unimportant tasks for later. That's how simple it is. Okay. Now that we have found a solution, now I think most of you should be good. And if you still couldn't find a solution to start becoming productive, then, my friend, sometimes it's actually our brain. A lot of the times it's actually our brain that's actually stopping us from being productive. Because sometimes you just procrastinate. And that's your brain, you gotta control it. You don't want to let your brain to control you, you want to control your brain. Yeah, dominate your brain. And another thing is, sometimes your brain, when you're actually working on a task, sometimes your brain just keeps jumping from thoughts to thoughts. Sometimes you have some kind of stress off from work or somewhere else, and your brain just is constantly thinking about something. And the best way, the solution for that is basically to take short breaks in between your tasks. So basically take 4 or 5 minutes break. What that will do is that will actually re-energize you, and you will be stress-free, you'll be relaxed, and then you will get back to the task, and you will be completely fresh, and you will be ready to focus on your task and get it out of the way. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. So that was my video, guys. Those were the tips that I wanted to give you to start becoming productive, and hopefully you guys found it useful. And make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and make sure you share this video with all your family and friends so I can help them out in some way as well. So I will see you guys in the next video.